Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy, bloop, 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 bloop. That's me, Debsy, bloop. Hey everybody, and it is Sunday. It's my second video of the day. I'm trying to make up for yesterday, and if it's Sunday, then y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the things that happened in pop culture this past week. You know I love me some pop culture, whether it's movies, music, TV, reality shows, whatever, I love it. So let's jump right in. Now, typically the last few Sundays, I've been starting off with some bad news. However, this week I'm going to start off with the best news of the week, and this truly makes me and so many other people happy to say that Britney Spears got married. She married her boyfriend 5 years, Sam Asghari, just a beautiful couple, and I have to say, this made me so happy to see this. After being in that conservatorship and locked away for 13 years and having 13 years of her life stolen, such a fantastically awesome way to start this chapter, to start the next chapter of her life. I Can't Help Falling in Love with You by Elvis, beautiful. There were 60 guests in attendance, so it was a somewhat small wedding. The celebrity guest list, as everybody knows, included Madonna, Donatella Versace, Paris Hilton, Selena Gomez, and Drew Barrymore, and also I believe her lawyer, who had helped her through and who helped her win her lawsuit to get out of the conservatory, was there as well. Rosengart, I think it was. He was there as well. Makes sense. People that were not there, her parents. Her parents and her sister were, surprisingly, but not so much, not there because they weren't invited. Totally get that. From what I understand, her brother was invited, but he was a no-show. And also her two teenage sons were not there, but I had heard that they were not there just because they were very happy for their mother, but they didn't want to take away from the day, which is a great thing. So congratulations. So congratulations to Britney and Sam. Just so happy for them, and just after the year that they've had so far with Britney being pregnant and then miscarrying, this just it makes my heart so happy to see them getting to start their life together. So congratulations. That is just such lovely news. And I'm not even going to go into much of what happened beforehand because you don't want to give this a lot of press. I'm not press, but you don't want to give this a lot of attention. But in the hours leading up to the wedding, in the hours leading up to her wedding, her husband of all of 55 hours, Jason Alexander, no, not the guy from Seinfeld, but Jason Alexander, who she married, I believe, in like Las Vegas, and then it was annulled after 55 hours, broke into their home, live streamed the whole thing on Instagram, went crazy and was just yelling about how, you know, where's my ex-wife and blah, 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 blah. I don't even know that you can even call him an ex-wife. They were married for 55 hours. So he live streamed the whole thing on Instagram. I remember I didn't see much of it. I saw a little bit of it, and he was screaming at the security guards to get your hands off of me. I'm sorry, but what the hell kind of security guards do you have? If he busts in and he tells you don't put your hands on me and then they don't, girl, bye. Get his ass out of there. Because from what I had understood, I had heard different reports where he was stalking her. I mean, he had showed up to a Free Britney rally and he just busts into their house. Eventually he was arrested. For trespassing and battery. And I believe that they had filed, both Britney and Sam had filed a restraining order against him. So, I mean, that's not great that happened at all. But luckily, it was before anybody was there and they could get him out of there, and it didn't ruin her day. Moving on to some legal news. The stars of the reality TV show Chrisley Knows Best, apparently they don't know best because Todd and Julie Christie, they were found guilty. They were in Atlanta, and it only took 3 weeks. It was a 3-week trial, and they were found guilty of conspiracy to defraud banks in the Atlanta area out of more than $30 million in fraudulent bank loans that were made before they even got famous on their show. They were also found guilty of charges of defrauding the FBI, wire fraud, and obstruction of justice. And of course, they're going to appeal. In other legal news, now they're saying that this next one could be the next big celebrity trial, and that is Brad Pitt versus Angelino Jolie. It all centers around a winery in the south of France called Chateau Miraval. In 2008, they had bought this winery called Chateau Miraval. It's in the south of France, and they split the ownership. At first, it was 60-40 in favor of Brad Pitt. And then in 2013, he gave 10% of his shares, his stakes to her. So in 2013, they were 50-50. So they split the ownership. Well, as we all know, 2016, the golden couple, they divorced. And with that, she sold her 50% stake to Russian oligarch Yuri Shefler, who I believe I had heard has ties to Vladimir Putin, and who also is a known name in like the alcohol business. I don't know if you want to call it the alcohol business, but anyways, so she sold that to him. The problem there is that Brad Pitt is saying, hey, listen, we had this agreement that if one person wanted to sell their share, that we wouldn't do that without telling the other. So he's saying, listen, she didn't tell me that she was going to sell her stake. And he's saying she never gave him the option to buy her out, or to refuse her option of selling that, or refuse the sale to this person. He's saying neither one of those took place. And I had heard that, now he's saying that this was in place, that this agreement was in place. I had heard in other places that this was merely a spoken agreement, and it wasn't something that was written down. So Brad Pitt is now claiming that she sought to inflict harm on him and accused her of acting with unlawful and torturous conduct by selling her stakes in their shared wine company. So this is something that could be coming down the pike. From what I understand, it won't be this year. It could be next year. And Brad Pitt is looking to have this televised. So there we go. That could be the next one. Okay. Also, in more lawsuit news. Now, I know I had just put out my video about Top Gun Maverick. Great movie. But this week we found out that there is a Top Gun Maverick lawsuit because the widow and the son of the gentleman who wrote the 1983 article that inspired the first movie, Top Gun, are now suing Paramount Pictures for copyright infringement over the sequel, Top Gun Maverick. They're saying that the rights to the movie reverted back to them on January 1st of 2020. And they're saying that Paramount didn't reacquire those rights before releasing it. So that's the whole deal with Top Gun Maverick. So they're suing for the widow and the son of the guy who wrote the 1983 article that inspired the first movie, are saying, hey, listen, copyright infringement. So there we go. It does not say how much they're suing for. Okay, and my last story is, and this is somewhat sad, but we're all hopeful and prayers are going out to Justin Bieber. In a TikTok video, he had asked fans to pray for him. He had shared that he has contracted a neurological disorder called Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, and it has paralyzed the right side of his face. And you could tell, like he was saying, look, see, and he was smiling on this side, and his nostril was breathing on this side, and his eye was blinking on this side, but on his left side, but on his right side, he couldn't do anything. And he even had said that it's just getting progressively harder for him to even eat. And that is why he had to cancel some of his shows. He has to slow down. He has to take care of himself. So here is wishing Justin Bieber all the prayers, because that would have to be just a scary, scary situation. This isn't even the first health scare that his small family has had, because in March, I think it was March of this year, his wife, Haley Baldwin Bieber, had suffered a mini stroke in March. So all the thoughts and prayers going out to Justin Bieber for a quick recovery, because that is very scary. So everybody have a great day. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, hope, acceptance, and positivity out there, because we could all use it, because it's always, at any time, it could be a shit show. So everybody have a great day, and I love you guys. Bye.